Chris Curtis. I'm the leader of the Prosperity Wellness team in GBG, and today I want to have an important conversation with you. We're going a little bit off the beaten track today. I want to talk to you about the fact that God does indeed want you to prosper. This is an important realization, and I used to really struggle with it. I used to look around the world at all of the different places where people were struggling, they were suffering, they were going through trials and tribulations, and I looked at my own life and realized just how blessed I was, and it didn't seem fair that I lived here in America with all of this prosperity when other people in other parts of the world were suffering and suffering greatly. And then I came to realize that through the power of the Spirit of God, it doesn't matter what circumstance we as human beings face, God can give us the peace in the midst of the storm. God can give us the joy that's pressed down, shaken together, and full of glory in any circumstance that we face. We see that with the Apostle Paul. I'm a firm believer that Jesus Christ is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. I realize that there are many different religious points of view. I myself don't consider myself to be a religious person as far as following traditions or following ordinances. I believe to have a relationship with God Almighty. And I believe that what God has revealed to me is that because I'm surrounded with all of the prosperity and because I have the realization that life here upon the earth is oh so temporary, I feel that I and you, those of you who are hearing the message that I'm speaking, have a great responsibility to fulfill the calling that God has given us here upon the earth. I see so many Christians walking around in defeat because they can't pay their bills from month to month, because they're going through financial turmoil. And what I want to talk to you about is the fact that if you're going through financial turmoil, maybe you're not doing the right things. Maybe you're not focusing your attention on the things that you should be focusing on. A prime example is the passion that you have, the desires that you have, the talents that you have. One of my favorite parables is the parable of the talents. And basically, to summarize the story, the king came up to three of his servants. The first servant he gave the 5 talents to. The second servant he gave the 2 talents to. The one servant he gave the 1 talent to. And what's really funny about the story is when the master came back from his long journey, he had told all 3 of the servants to take care of what he had given them and to return it when he came. To the first servant, the servant said, "Master, when the master returned, I have 5 talents, or I have 10 talents. I've actually made 5 talents off of the money that you gave me." The master went to the second servant and he said, "Master, I have 4 talents. I actually made 2 talents off of the talents that you've given me." And to the final servant, he went and the servant said, "Master, I knew that you were a fearful man, and therefore I hid my talent under a bush or under a rock, and I'm giving it back to you now. Here's your 1 talent." And needless to say, the master was very displeased with the servant who gave him what he left him with. And the reason why I'm bringing this story up is because I think many times that we are just going through life being complacent with all of the gifts and abilities that God has given us, and one day we're going to be at the end of our life. And when we look back at the end of our life, are we going to say, "Yes, I did what God wanted me to do. Yes, I did walk in the calling that He had put me in," or "No, I hid my talent under a rock so that I could return it to Him when He comes back." And that's a really important story for those of us who live surrounded with all of the blessings that we have. This video isn't about getting rich. This isn't about attaining wealth. This is about gaining financial freedom so that you can live your best life now, so that you can use your talents and abilities to make the world a better place. The opportunity that I'm in is called GBG. You can visit the website right here on the screen. I'd like to invite you, if you're looking for a home-based business, to join the Prosperity Wellness team. We have men and women who are led by the Spirit of God at the leadership of this team. We believe that God has destined us to prosper, not for material wealth, but for the freedom so that we can spend quality time with the ones that we love, so that we can go out into the world and share the gospel of Jesus Christ and talk to those people and help those people who are in such need in the world that we live in. Check out the opportunity if you're interested. If not, remember, God does want you to prosper here in this life. Have a great day.